someone you know needs support to live independently and safely at home, Royal Freemasons offers a full range of in-home support services to suit your needs. And in the studio today, Jenny Dixon's here, General Manager of Community Services and Independent Living and in-home support expert from Royal Freemasons. Hi there, Jenny. Welcome to our studio.
Thanks, Pat. Thanks for having me.
Now, Royal Freemasons, we want to talk about you and really have a nice chat and about the in-home service at Royal Freemasons. We want to tell people that, yes, you can access in-home service with the Royal Freemasons.
Thanks, Pat. We provide in-home support for older people living across metropolitan Melbourne. So all those services will be delivered in your home. A lot of those services are delivered by Royal Freemason staff where possible, and some other services we might broker out, such as your gardening or your big cleaning jobs outside. But we provide a range of services from assisting people to shower and dress, to cleaning in their home, taking people shopping. We have nursing services that can come in and attend to things like wound care, diabetic management. We have physiotherapists who can come and assist with your exercise program, fit you for, different equipment that may help with mobility aids. Oh. So there's a broad range of services that we can assist with.
And you're at home, the comfort of being at home. You don't need to leave your own environment. And that's really the big plus, isn't it? So as you say, there's a broad range of services there. You're in your own house, someone comes to see you on a regular basis, and it really is more comforting.
I think ultimately most people want to be at home. There are times, obviously, when that can't be possible because, conditions deteriorate to a point where people need more fulsome care. But most people generally want to remain in their own home. Now, we help them to do that safely and with the support, but also with oversight. So we have care managers that will set up the care for you. They'll visit you regularly to make sure that care is in place, doing what it needs to do, assisting you the way you want to be assisted. And we set it up with you. So it's your choice. You get to decide what care you want and what care is right for you. We might make some suggestions, but it's all about what you want and need in your own home.
Wow. It sounds great. You can tailor it to your needs. You're at home. You come to Royal Freemasons. What else do we need to know about making the first step to making it happen?
It is a complex system, aged care, and is becoming more complex. We assist people. If you call us, we will step you through the process. So if you call us, our staff on the phone, our client coordinators, will step you through exactly what you need to do, from getting assessed to getting in contact with My Aged Care, to right from the beginning of the process. If we need to, we'll come out and visit you in the home to help you get set up, so that we take the stress out of that beginning process of phoning My Aged Care, getting an assessment. We'll help you do that and make it easier for you.
So tell us about your job with Royal Freemasons and why it's so great and what you've experienced in your time there.
Look, I look after all of community services. We also have independent living units across regional Victoria and metropolitan Melbourne. Those independent living units are really subsidised accommodation, where the Royal Freemasons subsidises accommodation for older people in need who are vulnerable. I really enjoy that aspect of the work as well, because we can offer a continuum of care where we can have people come into our independent living units and then look after their in-home support as well. Community services, we provide the entry-level services as well as home care packages, and it's a really satisfying job going out and visiting the clients who get to remain at home for as long as possible, and is really quite a wonderful experience seeing them in their element, in their environment, still being able to have their dogs and cats and pets around. Having their family still come and visit at home is really lovely to be a part of.
And the continuum of care, where it rolls, as you describe it there, everything is there for you to have access to. You're guided through the whole process, and whatever you need along that journey as you get older, it all can be done with Royal Freemasons.
Correct. Because we also do have residential aged care. So should should it not be working at home for a number of reasons, then we can look at Royal Freemasons assisting you into full-time residential aged care or respite care occasionally. So a lot of our in-home support clients will go into respite care for a couple of weeks, have a break.
There must be a lot of hugs and tears and relief. You talk about respite, and you're really helping people out and their families sort their lives out as they sort of get older.
It is a complex system, and a lot of families do assist because informal support at home is still very important, and we can never underestimate that informal support that families and friends offer older people, because it really does sit alongside the in-home support we offer. But we do have a lot of people that don't have the informal support, so we need to make sure those people get a higher level of service provision. So that may mean when we start seeing you, you might be getting services 2 or 3 times a week, but as you get older, you need more. We'll reassess you and try and get that promoted so that you can get a higher level of care, so you can have more services to help you stay at home. So what you start with, you may not finish with.
Right.
You may start on a lower level of service provision, and then that may increase as your needs change. We will help you get reassessed to receive additional funding so that you can receive additional services.
And trust and experience. I was just looking here. So 18, it's been, here we go, 158 years, Royal Freemasons, very well established. You obviously know what you're doing. So there's that history, there's that trust.
Absolutely. And look, the other thing is Royal Freemasons is a non-for-profit service provider. So everything that is, any profit that is made anywhere across the business goes back into the business of providing care to older people. So you can be assured that anything that we do goes back into the community.
It's that emotional connection with the people as well. So there's that company, there's somebody who comes to see you on a regular basis, another person that you look forward to seeing, you go shopping. I mean, that's so special and so important.
Our support workers and carers that we employ have been with Royal Freemasons a long time, which is a testament to the organisation. And they do become quite close because they see the same people more than often than not, each week, each day. So they do develop a good relationship where they understand the person, they understand their needs. It's particularly important for people who might be suffering dementia, that familiarity, and also they know how to respond to somebody who perhaps has dementia, which is really important.
Yes. Do people endure sometimes? I hear you say that. When I say endure, they're used to their situation. They're a bit nervous about making a step within home support and making that change. So the process leading up to picking up the phone or speaking to Royal Freemasons, how does that go? And why do you stay in that situation until you're ready sometimes?
People don't want to lose independence. And nobody wants to admit that they need help, I suppose. I think that happens right through our life. Yes. And it doesn't change because you get older. I think people assume because you get older that you're just going to go, oh, yeah, I'll have all this help. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. That's not the case. No. Sometimes it's because there's been an incident, a health issue, or a deterioration before people will accept help, or because family are struggling and they do it to alleviate the burden from their family. But a lot of people really find it difficult to give up their independence, which we can all understand. I mean, I certainly will probably be the same.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And you need experts around you who understand that, don't you? That's why you're acting a certain way, because you're losing your independence, you're frustrated, and somebody who sort of gets that helps.
You do. And that's one of the core elements of providing care in the home, is that it's the client's choice and client's preferences, and the older person's wishes are pivotal to that. We're not there to tell people you're having this and that. We work with people to ensure that it's a partnership approach, that we're working together with them on services that are going to benefit them, that they want, and really make sure that the older person is empowered within that decision-making process.
So the first step would be if you just on the website for an inquiry to learn more, make a phone call.
Correct.
That's your first step. No obligation, just chat about it and start to think about it, really.
Correct.
Put it in your mind.
You can ring up. We have staff on the phone from 7 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock at night. All of those staff are highly qualified in understanding all of our services and can assist you with inquiries, and they can make an appointment for you to either have a further conversation with someone in your home or a conversation with somebody over the phone if that suits you. So that first step doesn't always have to be someone rushing out to your home. We can do a lot over the phone if that's more suitable for people, or we can come out and see you depending on what suits you best.
The feeling of looking after elderly parents, more so now as we get older, or people are living longer. So there's that sandwich generation where you're looking after your own kids and then your parents need some help as well. So you're stuck in the middle and there's a lot going on to sort that out. So that feeling is overwhelming. So coming to Royal Freemasons, you can step in and provide some relief if you're in that situation.
Absolutely. Being a child and having your parents need assistance is really difficult. I've been in that situation. I looked after my mother, so I understand how difficult it is, because often your parents do want to remain independent, but you're finding yourself increasingly burdened by care. And it's not that you don't want to do it. It might be that you've got children that you're running around, you've got a job, you've got a whole range of things. It doesn't mean that you can't still provide support and care, but just alleviating some of that burden by putting services in place to give, some of those children a break from having to attend to things like the weekly shopping or the cleaning, or, some people assist their parents with personal care on a daily basis.
Yes.
So we're not there to take over from carers. We're there to assist, and we're there to help them and try and reduce the burden on them, because you've got to remember that informal carers in Australia make up a large portion of people who look after not just older people but a whole range of people in this country. Unpaid care. We never want to get rid of that. We don't want to push that to the side, but we want to work with people so that doesn't become burdensome, and that they can continue being able to play a role as a carer.
Yes. And the fact that you can tailor it to your needs. I hear you say that there might be just one part of it that's a bit of a burden that you need to look at. And with Royal Freemasons, you reviewed on a regular basis. It may change. As you said, it doesn't, the way you start's not the way you finish. But just that one job or that one thing could just change. It could be the best decision you make.
Absolutely. And, our aim is to make things, easy for everybody. As I said previously, a care manager is appointed to all clients, and we also have a client coordinator that gets appointed as well. The client coordinators are on the phone all the time, whereas the care managers are often out in the community visiting people in their homes. So you've always got somebody to contact and to have conversations with about if something's not quite right, or you need additional support, or you're a bit confused about when your services are coming. You've got a contact point at all times.
So in-home support, Royal Freemasons, if you're thinking about it, just keep that in your mind, that you can pick up the phone and the time will come where you can just talk to somebody and help you out, because that's part of what we're here for today as well, to remind people or tell people, okay, Royal Freemasons have been around for a long time, there's aged care, there's all the other services, but a core service is also that in-home support. So please keep us in mind when the time comes when you start doing your research.
Absolutely. I look at it as an honour and a privilege to look after people within the community. So it's certainly of great importance to us that the care we give is of the highest standard possible at all times.
So Jenny, you're doing it from day to day. So give me a typical journey or the experience of what it feels like to be involved with in-home support. Maybe some of the resistance points. It's always a bit nervous about making that step, but then sort of finding your way through it all. So yeah, tell me a bit about your experience with the various people you meet from day to day.
Look, I might talk about one of our clients who's happy for me to share her story. Edith is 97. She lives alone, and she's been with Royal Freemasons for about 6 years. She does have family support, informal support. She doesn't like to call on them very often because she's fiercely independent. When she first came to us, she was driving. She was attending her own personal care, but she really wanted assistance with cleaning, gardening and shopping because she knew that even though she was still driving, that it was becoming harder for her, particularly in doing her shopping. Roll on 6 years, we now provide physiotherapy services to Edith because she's had a few falls, and we've fitted her for mobility aids. She has nursing for nursing care. She has someone come and assist her with personal care 3 to 4 days a week. She has someone still take her shopping and also take her out afterwards for a coffee, and they might do an activity, go to a park and have a sandwich and a coffee together. And she also gets household cleaning done and any maintenance required, gardening and maintenance. So she's probably now getting some support in her home every day, and she's been able to stay at home this entire time. Her family still assist with informal support, but they're not burdened down on a daily basis because it was becoming harder, particularly for one of the children who's had her own health problems. So, during this time, she's undergone her own health issues and treatment, which has meant she's had to take a step back. So as she's taken a step back, we've been able to provide more care to Edith.
So this move is helping the individual, but think about how it ripples out. It affects everybody.
It has a broader impact because it's meant that Edith's daughter can have treatment and not be stressed and worried that her mum is not getting adequate care. So she knows that we're there every day and she can have her own treatment, feeling quite comfortable that mum's getting the services she needs for her needs.
And how great is it that it's designed and tailored for you, as you described there. Okay, you've got an individual who has certain needs. Here you go. Let's do an assessment. This is what you need. And
That's right. And look, not everybody, wants to jump in and have all services. As I said, people want to remain independent as possible. And it's about their choice, and it's about us working with them, empowering them, and also making sure that their preferences, their choice, what they want, is at the forefront of the care they receive.
Nothing we're missing as far as government grants or anything like that we need to sort of mention in that area?
As I said, it can be complex, and it is probably best left to a sit-down conversation with the older person and their families, because it's just not, every person will have different rules around their supported home package, what contributions they may need to contribute, what level they are. There's different levels of funding for different people. So step one in accessing in-home support is to have an assessment. An aged care assessment is done, and that is then your approval for aged care services. But that itself can be challenging to go through, get hold of My Aged Care and book an assessment. So we will help you do that if you're struggling with that. If you can do that yourself, that's fantastic. But if you're struggling and you don't know how to access My Aged Care, you don't have a computer, you may not have excellent hearing over the phone, we can assist you with that.
And that's one thing that, we're all busy, but it's easy to forget. You're so busy looking after somebody. It's all every day, you're just overwhelmed, just go, go, go. So you need somebody in there that you can just sort of, look after it for you, make it easy for you, basically.
Correct.
So booking that assessment, that's your first step. Make the phone call, go online, and somebody will contact you. So, Jenny, the phone number that our viewers and our listeners should call
is 1-800-756-091. And you can make an appointment to see us in your home. We could have an appointment over the phone with you initially and start progressing you to receive in-home support from us.
Yes, and it really is as easy as that. We talk about being overwhelmed and time poor, but if you want to make that, if you can make that call or just online, and there's your first step, and it opens up a whole new pathway for you, and you can take a breath and get on with it, I guess.
Absolutely.
Jenny, thanks for coming in to our studios. Jenny Dixon, in-home support expert from the Royal Freemasons. Thanks for being here in our studios today. Thank you.
Thanks for having me, Pat.